Welcome back to Cooking and Cocktails at the Cabin. I'm actually at the cabin. I'm so excited to be here. And because it's fall here at the cabin, I want to make some very nice warm comfort food. So tonight we're having garbanzo bean soup with pumpkin beer. This is my third pumpkin beer tasting. Number one so far is Pumpkin. Number two is Samuel Adams pumpkin beer. And we're going to try number three, the Atomic Pumpkin, and see how that tastes. I still think my number one choice is pumpkin beer. So, back to the actual garbanzo bean soup. What I've done is already browned my onions, and I browned my 1 pound of ground chuck. I'm making a double recipe. So I'm going to chop my bacon after cooking it into some little bites. I want to take a look and see how nice in size these bites are. Basically just little chunks. And then I cheat, and as you saw a few moments ago, I will put in the diced Hormel chopped ham, and then I will put in pepperoni. With the pepperoni, once again, I cheat. You know, comfort food is also being comfort while you're trying to make it. Nice and easy peasy, especially when you're here at the cabin on vacation, watching the fall leaves change. So with that said, I'll go ahead and dump the ham in and the pepperoni, and we'll get right back to you in a minute. Let's get that done. So, dumping in the diced ham. I use Smithfield, some people use Hormel. So I'm using 1.5 packages. The rest of this ham, I'm going to use in a ham and cheese omelet tomorrow. Get that going. Let that brown up a few minutes here. So far, once again, we have the pound of ground chuck. We've got 1 large onion. We've got I do 5 slices of bacon, thick bacon, already cooked and chopped up or cut up, diced ham, and now we're going to add the pepperoni. Do the Hormel pepperoni minis. That way I don't have to waste time chopping. Comfort food at its easiest. And when you put your ham in there or pepperoni in there, make sure to take out those little freezer bags. Just a little tip. Get that going. Let this all heat up for a few minutes. And then we'll go ahead and add our water. 4 to 5 cups. Or what I'm doing is 32 ounces. Eat it halfway. If I need to add the rest of the 5th cup in, I will. And then I will add the salt, paprika, saffron gaza. I'll show you how to do that in 1 second here. I actually like to use a little bit more potato, just like I do a little bit more ham, a little bit more meat. You actually have a copy of the recipe. This recipe is from my dad, Bill McFarland. You'll find quite a few of the warm weather comfort recipes coming straight from Bill McFarland, my father. Guys, I want a hell of a cook. So I'm going to add another extra potato. It calls for 2 medium potatoes. I'm adding 2 large potatoes, baking potatoes. Dice them into nice small chunks. Chopped up the potatoes. Talked about those. I don't have to talk anything more about potatoes. How much can you say about potatoes? 2 packages of Sazan Goya con azafran. I cannot pronounce that for the life of me. I failed Spanish, just so you know. 2 packages. Just because I'm making a double batch on the meat doesn't mean I'm going to double up on the spices. I just like my soup, my garbanzo bean soup, to be very meaty, very potatoey, very heavy. So with that said, I will double up on all of those ingredients: pepperoni, ham, onion, ground beef, potatoes. But I'm using the same amount of spices and seasonings as the recipe calls for, which is 2 packages of that Sazon mix, 2 teaspoons of paprika. Everything's heaping with my cooking, as you've noticed by now, I'm sure. And then 2 teaspoons of salt. Sea salt. Better than no salt. 1, 2. Come on, baby, pour. There you go. All right. Now I'm going to add my 4 to 5 cups of water. Then we'll add our potatoes and our garbanzo beans. Hence the name of the soup, garbanzo bean soup. This is a 32-ounce mug. I know it already. So I'm going to go ahead and add that right into that. Give it a quick stir. This is such an easy recipe. What makes it hard is if you're actually chopping the ham, cooking the ham, chopping the pepperoni. If you don't bake the bacon in advance and you make it in a frying pan, crazy talk, easy. Onions, I used frozen. Very easy peasy. Comfort food made easy and fun. All right, I'm going to add the potatoes. Okay, we're going to add those 2 medium potatoes, or in my case, 2 large potatoes. Diced, big chunks. I already drained the garbanzo beans, and I'm adding 2 cans of the garbanzo beans. I already added one, so we're already done with that one. Drained. We're done. I'm going to put a lid on this, let it boil for about an hour. I'm going to serve it with another choice pumpkin beer. We did not like that atomic voodoo pumpkin. Ugh. With some nice sourdough bread, fresh butter. Oh, I'll show you when it's done. You're going to love what it looks like, and you're going to love what it tastes like. See y'all in an hour for a taste test. Well, what we've done is we went ahead and added all of our ingredients in. You've got a copy of the recipe. I think I walked you through it a little bit. What we're going to do is do a taste test. You'll see that your potatoes have picked up the coloring of the saffron gaza, or however you pronounce that. Saffron gaza. Little bits of your pepperoni, little bits of your onions. Everything's nice and soft. What I did was bring it to a very fast boil, and then I dropped it down to a very low boil for 1 hour, or until your potatoes are done. So let's go ahead and go in for the test. This is such a great comfort food. It's so great when it's cold outside. Cannot wait till I put this in a nice big bowl with some crunchy fresh bread and real butter. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the garbanzo bean soup. Compliments of my father, Bill McFarland. And please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Help me build this channel.